Recording in progress.
Is that green or alpha? Good evening. It's Tuesday, August 27th, 2024 at 5 p.m. A special common council meeting in the city of Franklin. Madam Deputy Clerk, will you please take the roll?
Mayor Nelson.
Here.
Alderman Pecorelli.
Here.
Alderwoman Eichman.
She'll be here momentarily.
Alderman Hassan.
Here.
Alderwoman Day. Here. Alderman Barber.
Here.
Alderman Craig.
Here.
Excellent. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, next up is citizen comment period. A citizen here wishing to speak, come to the podium, state your name, address for the record. Seeing none, close that. C, organizational mayoral appointments. There's two of them here. If we can take them both at the same time would be great. Letter A is Adam Alderwoman Michelle Eichman, Personnel Committee for 3 years, unexpired term ending 4/14 of 2025. And Alderwoman, welcome. It's 5:01, welcome. Alderwoman Eichman is now in her seat.
Motion to appoint.
Okay, then we'll take them separately. So we have,
No, both.
well, I was gonna read the second one.
Oh, I thought you had already.
Nope.
In the process.
B, Alderman John Pecorelli, Technology Commission, 3-year unexpired term expiring 4/14 of 2025. I heard a motion from Mr. Barber.
I second.
Second, Mrs. Zahn. This will be a roll call, please, with your new cards.
Alderman Pecorelli.
Aye.
Alderwoman Eichman.
Aye.
Alderman Hassan.
Aye.
Alderwoman Day.
Aye.
Alderman Barber.
Aye.
Alderman Craig.
Aye.
Excellent. 6 ayes, no noes, motion carries. Going on to D, reports and recommendations. A resolution authorizing certain officials to execute a general municipal engineering services agreement with Grafe USA, Inc. Mr. City Attorney.
Recommend a motion to adopt the resolution, and the resolution provides that it allows for changes thereto as approved by City Engineering Department, Director of Administration, and the City Attorney, and part of that may include using the standard city form services contract.
That's the motion.
So move.
Second.
We have a
Motion's
first,
on the action sheet.
motions, okay, first and a second.
Oh, wait, it's not. A motion to adopt a resolution authorizing certain officials to execute a general municipal engineering services agreement with Grape USA, Inc.
So is that your motion? Was that Mr. Barber?
Yes.
And then second by Mr. Hassan?
Yes.
Further discussion? Mr. Barber?
On a contract like this, is it going to be an hourly then, right, that you will keep the hours? And
Sir, do you want to step up here, just state your name and business address for the record, please? Is it one
Have
of
to
those?
put that like right to your mouth.
Yeah, just like it's karaoke.
I'm Mike Paulus, Grafe of Grafe. Our address is, to test here, 275 West Wisconsin Avenue. To answer your question, the agreement is an hourly contract. And I included hourly rates depending on the engineer level or P level of the staff being used.
And just for my edification,
Mhm.
who approves that, or how does that get processed internally?
I was planning sending all the
Who
invoices
approves
to.
it, and who looks at it internally in the city now?
We would, yes, Director Brown and myself, I'm sorry. Yes, we would look at the invoices and take care of that.
Okay, Alderwoman Eichman.
Thank you, Mayor. Mayor, you answered some of the questions that I had earlier by phone. So to my understanding, there will be somebody present at all council meetings as needed, correct?
I guess we haven't gotten out details. Whenever we're needed, somebody will be here from
So
Grafe.
at
It'll be
any-
myself or somebody else will cover it one way or the other.
Okay. And then as far as us alders, when we need a direct go-to, when we have a question for the engineering department, will we be reaching out to you then directly or to the engineering department?
Correct. Well, to me, and I'll delegate from there as far as who we use from Grafe, but I'll be the main point of contact.
Okay, so any questions we have engineering advice. So,
Yeah.
and then I assume, Kelly, that you'll send the contact information to all of us?
Yes.
Perfect. And then, is it possible that we could have a review, maybe 2 months, to see where we're at, how caught up you are on projects, if we have any additional questions, to see where we are financially as well, to see how many hours have been billed at that point.
Absolutely.
Are you thinking, Alderwoman, perhaps the second meeting in November? Or, so we actually have 2 good full months and then a little bit to try to figure out things? I mean, would that be the,
Yeah, I would say
open to
December.
thoughts on
I'm
that.
sorry?
I would,
I was gonna say the first week of December due to budget adoption.
first
I'd
week?
be, I think that's reasonable.
I'll make that motion. I'll amend the motion.
Well, okay. I wasn't sure we needed a motion for that, but.
so just so we're clear of the expectation, more of like a status report of how the first couple of months have gone and what we're looking at in terms of cases, workload.
Us.
Yes, and cost included, and where you feel you're at as far as the workload. I know you're walking into quite a bit. The number one priority for me personally is the water tower in my district. I would like to see where we're at with that, and any other large projects, and any updates that you have on anything, basically, where we're at that point.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Okay, Alderwoman Day?
Yeah, the only question I have, the agreement not to exceed $50,000, is that the thought process that that would take us through the end of this calendar year for the budget? Or do you think that 50,000 would roll over into the next? As we're getting close to budget season, I just want to be mindful of, kind of where this number is. If we're thinking this gets us through this year, are you thinking we may need more than that? I'm not going to hold you to that, but I'm just trying to get an idea of, as we're reviewing budget starting, today and moving forward, kind of what we can anticipate as far as costs moving forward.
I honestly have no idea. We're just getting into it. I'm trying to get a feel for how many projects the city has and where they're at and where we're needed. My guess is it will not take you to the end of the year. Could be wrong, but you have a lot going on here. And part of it is just trying to investigate,
Right.
unravel this mystery of where things are, projects we have, where we're needed. But that's why we do hourly. We just don't know.
Yeah, I guess, and then my question, kind of rolling over from that then is, do we feel that there is sufficient money either in the current engineering budget or in general fund to pull from if this exceeds the $50,000? Or where would extra funds come from?
Sure. So I anticipated doing a budget amendment at the September 3rd meeting. After doing some calculations, we'll have roughly about $100,000 that we could transfer from salaries due to the vacancies and put it in contractual services to cover some of this. But I'm just not sure if that'll take us through the end of the year. If not, then we do have some contingency money we can pull from as well.
Okay.
I do want to make a clarification as well that part of what Mike with Grafe does, not just with Grafe, but also with the other municipalities where he serves in this capacity, is there is a charge back to the developers for the time.
So
Yeah, could you touch on how that works?
sure. So as I figure out the projects, I have separate project numbers for every project. So we quote our time. So we submit our invoices. You'll know, hopefully you appreciate this, where our time's being spent, each project. For instance, the water tower, development, road projects, name it, it's all separated out. In other communities, it's typical if we do a review of a private development, our costs will be passed on to the developer. And that's becoming very common, and that lessens the burden on the city and their budgets, and also frees up staff time for city needs versus private needs. So it's something we've seen. It's very common, and I would highly recommend it. But I'll separate the time out that way. So if you wish to do it that way, you certainly can easily.
Yeah, and I was going to say to that effect, that's very similar to what planning department had recently had brought forward for the fee schedule, and which was approved. And I think that the engineering department should strongly consider doing the same.
You do that now, for instance, for inspection. You put a subdivision in, you have an inspector from our firm or other firms that do the daily inspection. Those charges get charged back to the developer. You're just not doing the same thing for the review time of their plans. Same concept.
Okay, Alderwoman Eichman?
Thank you. How does that work for projects that are already started, quarter of the way in, halfway in, 3/4 of the way in? We can't go back and bill a developer
That's a-
and say, hey, surprise, here's
That's
Bill.
that's a policy decision. I'll leave it up to you folks, but that's a very good point.
Is I don't want to also scare away any developers that hear of this meeting. I mean, don't we charge the engineering department on a normal basis anyway, some of these fees for applicants in different projects, or?
It's built into the application fees
Okay.
for when our city engineers work on development projects.
I would question when that was last analyzed and updated as well. But, I mean, to your concern about the developers and scaring off developers, this is happening in pretty much every community, but here. And I think the way to look at it, or at least another way to look at it, and the way I've been looking at it, is that right now we're burdening the taxpayer for that time. That's a developer's project.
So would we need to have another meeting then to have that be brought back, or at one of our upcoming council meetings, on what those fees will be for council approval?
Yeah, that's a long into the future initiative, because there's just no time. We are, at this stage, we are trying to determine what projects are actually occurring, what are active, and where we are at that, the status of those projects. I mean, there are some that are at critical points because there hasn't been any communication for months, and that we need to work hard to get a handle on, in addition to moving forward with all of the current projects and things that are coming forward.
Thank you. So if I'm understanding that correctly, those fees to developers would be a ways out. It's something that wouldn't be happening next week.
No.
Okay.
No, we'd have to work to develop that. I mean, obviously, again, I would look to what the planning department did with their fee schedule. We would want to have a lot of thought and consideration put into that, and also analysis on surrounding communities and what they charge.
Agree. That's something that we should probably have had in place in the scheme of things anyway. So going forward, we'll be working on that. Thank you, I yield.
Okay, we've got a first and a second. Oh, Alderman Craig, sorry about that. I didn't see you.
No worries. Just as looking at the fee schedule, and it's notated here that it's effective January 1st of 2024, is this going to hold through 2025 as well?
No.
Okay.
You have a language in there about annually will be adjusted.
Okay.
Okay, just to reflect, we have got Mr. Barber as the first, Mr. Hassan as the second, is that correct? Okay, roll call vote, please. Oh, Mr. City Attorney.
I have some recollection of city costs being an obligation of developer. There's nothing in the code that says that, or am I thinking about development agreements where engineering, consulting costs, et cetera, were transferred?
Yeah, those we already do.
Okay,
Yeah, we already bill the developers for those city engineer costs, yeah.
okay.
But any normal stuff, it just gets put into the application fee as the city's time.
Right. Okay, thank you.
Excellent, we got a first and a second. Roll call vote, please.
Alderman Craig.
Aye.
Alderman Barber.
Aye.
Alderwoman Day.
Aye.
Alderman Hassan.
Aye.
Alderwoman Eichman.
Aye.
Alderman Peccarelli.
Aye.
Excellent, 6 ayes, no noes, motion carries. Motion to adjourn?
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
First and second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it, motion carries. We are now adjourned. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
We off.
Recording stopped.
Are you
Excellent.
able to make